that's going to work when we add the outline to it. You know, that looks all fine and dandy and everything, right? For now. It looks a lot better, of course, when you add this to it, but that's not what we want. We don't want to add that to it yet. I mean, you can go for that look if you want that look. That's fine. But we're going to go ahead and turn that to color and just leave it at color for now. Alright, so now what I want to do is make another comp of the third res, go to the actual imported footage of third res, and open a new comp. So we'll have that one that's keyed 2. Alright, so now what we need to do is go to Layer, Auto Trace, and go to Alpha, and we'll go ahead and do a key of the alpha. We're going to apply it to a new layer, which we might be able to just go ahead and do it this way since it's already keyed and everything. We'll go to Effect, Channel, Calculations, set this to alpha, set this to alpha. Then we'll add a, go to Stylize, Fine Edges, and invert it. Alright, that should give us what we need. That'll give us our outline. Alright, now what we'll do is we'll go ahead and add another comp. I just want to make sure this auto trace works correctly. Sometimes it doesn't work if it's on a transparent background, so I'm going to add a new solid and make sure it's black. Click OK, and the black goes underneath like that. Then we're going to pre-comp these two together, the outline and the black. Like I said, it's just to make sure the auto trace goes okay. And we'll pre-comp, move all attributes, click OK. Okay, so now we have a comp that's just black and white like that. Alright, so now we can safely do the auto trace on it. So go to Auto Trace, and we're going to go set it to luminance, and I'm going to set these are my settings: tolerance 1, threshold 50, 20, 10, and apply to new layer and work area. Apply to new layer is important. Okay, so we're going to click OK and let it do its auto trace. That shouldn't take too long. Okay, so now we have our auto trace. You know what might actually be quicker? Instead of doing the auto trace, I mean, I'll show you what I was going to do with the auto trace. Let's go ahead and bring in another comp now. Go back, third res. We're going to bring in another third res. Put it here. Alright, now what I want to do is, we could just go do it, because this helps. If we do the auto trace, it does help even process faster, because it's only when we add the echo effect, it's only going to process the traced area. It's not going to process the whole thing. Even though scaling it down to third resolution makes it quicker, this will even make it faster. So, you know, every little bit helps. So we're going to go ahead and do that. We do the auto trace. Now, make sure you're on frame 0 when we do this. Open it up, click on mask. We're going to click copy. Okay. Then we go to our third res that we just brought back in, the actual footage, and click edit and paste. Alright, now turn off the auto trace layer and turn off the pre-comp layer. So now we're just left with a cutout of the actual footage, and you can see it's the real colors, purple shirt and all that. Alright, so that's all. You know, now we have a footage, and it's, you know, now when we if we add the effect to it, it's only going to affect this certain area, and this will really help out, especially if it's farther distance, if the character's away from the screen even more, And you know, you don't really, why add the effect and waste all that processing power when you can just do it this way and have the effect only work on the traced area. Okay, so I mean, you can pretty much delete the auto trace if you want and the pre-comp if you want, because this is all we need right now, just this cutout, and that's pretty much it. Alright, so now what we want to do is go ahead and add the effect time echo, and we'll set this to 30 and 0.90 composite in front. Alright, now as you can see, the echo, the outline effects all in there nicely and everything, and it's going nice and quick. You know, a lot quicker than HD footage will. Even at 30, you can add more echoes if you want. Don't go by my echoes. That's what I like for this particular shot. 30, whatever looks good. And like I said, decay it till the end of the trail is faded out. You don't want the edge of the trail showing and sticking around, because then it'll look really cheesy. This gives it a nice faded blend, and it fades out at the end like that. So it just makes it a better look. Alright, so now we have our outline. So what we need to do is bring that, go back to our full keyed comp. This one's keyed 2. Alright, go to our full keyed comp. And, alright, so we want to drag the comp, third res keyed 2 comp, down to this comp. Just put it in the top. And you can see it's there, right? So we're going to scale it up to 300%. Alright, so now it's scaled correctly. And let's just turn off the other layers just so that there's no confusion here. We'll turn off this other one here. Okay, you can see it's in there. Alright, and now the reason why we're doing it this way is because we added the echo effect to the smaller comp, okay, because this comp was the third resolution, so we added it to the smaller comp. So this comp settings is only 427 by 240, right? And if we were to bring it the third res into the full keyed, which is this comp is actually 1280 by 720. If we were to bring it in there and add the echo effect late in this comp, it would take longer because we're doing effect in a 1280 by 720 comp. That's why we did it in the smaller comp. Okay, so now we have to we brought it into the bigger comp. Alright. Now we have to blur the edges a little bit, because you can see from scaling it up, we have the rough edges. Okay, so all you have to do is just add an effect to that after scaling it up. Do a fast blur on it. Repeat edges. And just, you don't want to blur this one too much, just enough to help soften edges. 2 seems fine. You want the edges there, you don't want them blurred too much. Alright, you want some edges there. 2 may even be too much, because you want some detail in there, a little bit of detail, but we're going to go with 2 for now and see how it looks. Alright, now what we need to do is, to make this work, we need to pre-comp this. Or when we go add it to our displacement, it's not going to know it's even there. You know, it's not gonna. It's gonna think it's still small. So we have to pre-comp it first. So we're gonna go ahead and pre-comp this. Go to Layer and pre-comp. Move all attributes. Click OK. Now now it knows it's a pre-comp. It's all set, scaled, and everything, and blurred. So now when we add it to our displacement on this composition, it's gonna know it's scaled up and everything. So we're gonna go to our background. Just load that up, and we're going to duplicate the background once, and just to prove it's there, it's right there. And on the top background, we're going to go to Effect, Distort, Displacement, and we're going to add the third res keyed 2 comp, which is this one up here. We're adding that one. That's going to be our displacement. Set it to luminance and luminance. Now, turn it up, crank it up depending on your background. If you have a detailed background, it's not out of focus, you'll use less. But this one's in a portrait type mode, so the background is blurred out. So you want to, just go to your taste. Just go to wherever you think it's going to look good. How much displacement you want. All right, that looks good for me.